Oh wow, this isn't just a small problem, it's a really big mess, because somehow Rachel Zegler, the same girl Disney chose to be the new Snow White, is now watching her job fall apart. And how much does it cost to watch it all happen? Free, nothing. Zero, because her Broadway show just went down to pay what you want. Her movie hasn't come out yet. And people already hate it. And Hollywood, they're acting like they don't know who she is. And that's just the beginning, because behind the scenes, this isn't just about ticket sales. This is about messing up your own job, lots of visits to doctors who help with feelings, and getting tomatoes thrown at your face on stage, and just when you think this couldn't get worse. Oh boy, wait until you hear what people working on the show are saying. Now, before I show you these stage videos, let's go back for a minute if you don't know about what happened from the start. So, Rachel Zegler was supposed to be the next big star. A great singer, with Steven Spielberg's help, was picked from nowhere to star in West Side Story. And you guys, that movie, it didn't make much money, but movie reviewers loved it. People had high hopes. She even won a Golden Globe for it. She was young, sweet, and nice, had a great voice. And movie companies were calling her the next big thing. Now, when Disney saw her doing well, Disney thought they hit the jackpot. They said, let's make her Snow White. Let's make her famous. And at first, Rachel, she was doing it right nice, sweet, and easy to like. But something changed when she started doing those press interviews, and that's where things went wrong. Instead of saying nice things about Snow White or being nice to the original Disney fans, Rachel got bold. She started saying bad things about the 1937 movie, calling the prince a stalker, saying Snow White wouldn't be saved by a man, and calling the original old and dumb.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Now, was she trying to sound strong? Sure, but man, the internet did not like it at all. The angry woke way of thinking showed through her words. Fans were mad. Twitter blew up. Reddit went crazy. And Disney bosses were freaking out. People felt like she was being mean about something they loved. One fan wrote, it did not help that the main actress said she hated the original Snow White. That is not the right way to talk about a remake. And you know, Disney fans don't mess around. Now, if the PR mess wasn't bad enough, Rachel went on Instagram during the 2020 election, and she said, and I'm quoting, "May Trump, his voters, and his supporters never know peace. Like, girl, you're working for Disney. You can't be out here putting curses on half the country." And when people got mad, Rachel didn't back down. She went harder for Disney. They said nothing about this at all, but now the movie has failed. So hard that they had to cancel every single remake they were about to release. You might have heard things like Lilo and Stitch made more money than Snow White. Disney's remake of Tangled was canceled, and lots of other decisions. Anyway, so what did Rachel do next? She tried to change direction, start over on stage, and prove she still had talent. She got the main role in Jamie Lloyd's Evita show at the London Palladium, a famous theater. A great show, and a role once played by legends like Patti LuPone and Madonna. And at first, it sounded good, but then came the balcony thing. See, instead of singing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina Live on stage, Zegler climbed out onto a balcony above the street and sang the song for free to fans outside. Meanwhile, paying guests inside who spent up to $500 for tickets had to watch the performance on a TV screen. Yep, the moment they paid to see played out on a screen while she sang to people on the sidewalk. Total chaos. Wait, I paid $500 to not see her perform live. This feels like a weird experiment gone wrong. I'm not woke or broke enough for this. Jokes exploded. Reddit threads popped up. Even theater critics got involved, and suddenly, the show's most famous song had become a joke everyone was laughing at. The problems from Evita didn't end with a few bad tweets as reviews started coming in. Something worse happened. Nobody was showing up. Shows were half empty. Ticket prices crashed. Some shows were free. Others were cut to pay what you want. That's right. Real Broadway-level seats for whatever money you could find. One user wrote, "So, are the paying audiences going to see the back of her head?" for the whole song, and the crowd on the street is going to get the better view. Seems weird, and the worst part. Critics say Rachel wasn't even bad musically. Her singing was good, her stage presence was strong, but the drama of her reputation was bigger than any spotlight. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because word backstage is that Rachel Zegler isn't just a victim of bad press. She might be causing some problems herself. Many reports say she's been hard to work with. Not mean, not crazy, but hard. Workers say she acts like a veteran, even though she's only had one big hit. Others say she wanted to rewrite Snow White's lines, fighting with directors about tone and message. A crew member supposedly told a friend she talks like she's better than the material, like she's smarter than the story. Sources say Disney pushed back the release to quietly let the bad buzz die down. Others say they're desperately editing around Zegler to save what they can. Toys are nowhere to be found. Movie posters are missing from major Disney stores. And Disney is silent. When Disney goes quiet, that's not peace. That's getting ready to make something disappear. Because Snow White wasn't supposed to be controversial. It was supposed to make tons of money, but instead, theaters are empty, kids aren't excited. And the only thing trending is how fast this movie is failing. Let's look at the record, shall we? West Side Story. Critics loved it, but nobody went to see it. Shazam the bomb, Evita became almost a joke, and Snow White was delayed, messed up, and completely deflated, and now Rachel Zegler's name doesn't make people excited. It makes them argue, feel uncomfortable, and feel weird. When audiences see her face, they're not thinking, can't wait for her next role. They're thinking, isn't that the one who called the prince a stalker? So, now what? Rachel Zegler is officially in Hollywood jail, not canceled, but not celebrated either. She's floating in that awkward middle place where the press stops calling, the fans stop caring, and the studios start thinking twice. She's not famous enough to survive the drama, she's not loved enough to be forgiven, and she's certainly not quiet enough to hide. She's just stuck. Stuck between wanting success and losing her audience, between princess and protester, between what she thought her job was becoming and what it's turning into. So, let me ask you guys, is Rachel Zegler just another young actress who flew too close to fame? Who mistook early applause for being untouchable? Or was she set up from the start? Cast in legacy roles that were already broken, then blamed when they fell apart under public attention, because in this version of Snow White, she didn't just eat the apple, she ate the whole forest, set it on fire, walked off the path, and then turned around wondering why nobody came to save her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is Rachel Zegler the villain in her own story? Or is she just the latest name in Hollywood's favorite warning tale? By the way, if you haven't watched how Jake Paul reality checked her recently, be sure to click on the video to find out.